Alright. Let's make sure everything's running well. Been a good week since I've done it. Alright, visually looks good. Do we have audio sounding good? Maybe. Okay, yeah, there we go. Took a bit for the mic to kick in, but we are live and we are ready. So, hello, people of the internet. It is I, Solar Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we're going to be doing the Chaldea Boys Collection quests / it's technically the White Day event, but it's called Chaldea's Boys Collection, so regardless of that. Claim my login stuff. I've not really done much since last stream, / anything, really, with FGO since last stream. As the stream descriptor said, my dad had been in the hospital for a while, but he's doing better now. So I am good to stream. I am a little concerned that this is a point ladder event, and that I am going to be very behind, but we'll find out. Let me just claim my weekly fragments from last week, and claim our login ticket stuff, because that is something, and then we'll get going here, because I don't really think there is any need for me to go over the news portion, because, again, this all came out well over a week ago. So, yeah. That looks to be all the claiming I need to do. Except for this thing at the very top. The CBC shareholder benefits tickets to give us a limited craft essence. Presumably from the event shop, once we unlock the event shop, which will be unlocked when we do the event. But, yeah, without further ado, let's get this started with the prologue, Aboard Man, and the Bakumatsu. No battles on this one. Yeah, we'll be doing a fair bit of this today, and then probably again on Wednesday, and I actually should modify my dashboard here. The Kishin Project, call back to the last GudaGuda event, if memory serves. I need to adjust the start time for Wednesday's stream to be earlier in the day. It's probably just going to be more FGO rather than Pokemon for now. A storm of upheaval once swept through Kiki Restoration City, Saitama. This is a record of the many great heroes who lost their lives to a Bakumatsu world, fighting to realize an ambition that they would never see fulfilled. Ryoma and Oryu. Super Ryoma and Oryu. Sakamoto Ryoma, the hero of the Restoration. Wielding a spear of the gods cast down from the heavens, he was reborn alongside the white Orochi of Takachi Hill. You know, it would go great if there was some actual dialogue to be sort of summarize some of the events. Okada Izo, the peerless manslayer, though his skills with the sword were frequently put to use to kill, his true gift lay in protecting others. I think he's still more of a killer than anything, personally. I think he does more of the killing than anything else, you know. I didn't remember this dude's name. Takechi Zuizan, leader of the Kino party, his boundless courage, so potent and to be feared even by the gods, may be the last of the samurai pride lost to the time. His potent courage. His courage to be feared by the god. That's a strange statement. Don't remember this guy's name either, other than that he was pretty angry. Takechi Zuizan's right-hand man, Tanaka Shinbei, his soulful cries have paved the way for his lord and echoed through the heavens themselves. Oh, so they're over-dramatizing things here, I see. Along with a young mage from Chaldea, these men, drawn to the land by fate, vanquished an evil god that lurked in human hearts. And then there's Takasugi Shinsaku, the child prodigy from Choshu. He died without accomplishing anything. I honestly don't remember how he died. The last GudaGuda event was kind of more on the serious side of things, and the serious GudaGudas don't really stick with you as much as the more whimsical ones, which is kind of odd, but, you know. He died without accomplishing anything. You already said that, game. No need to hammer in the point. Yeah, I mean, I'll always remember Yamatai Koku. I'll always remember when we were the warlord and the real deal Oda Nobunaga. I mean, comedy interlaced with serious seems to be the best way to go with these GudaGudas. Because, I mean, the last one was pretty heavy towards the end there, the last GudaGuda event. Hey there, long time no see. You look well. Hey, dude. It's, Takazugi. I think there's only one prez as far as FGO goes, so, yeah. Yep, I'm not a ghost, an AI, or anything like that. I'm the genuine, one-of-a-kind Choshu superstar, Takasugi Shinsaku. Don't tell me. It's written all over your face. You're wondering how the hell I'm still alive, right? Well, technically you're not alive if you're a heroic spirit, though. That's what I want to know, too, but since I'm back now, how about a feast to celebrate? I could eat. I was just feeling a little peckish now, anyway. Burn is still healing. No need for anything fancy. How about some ramen from that stand over there? I'd rather a steak. Or ribs. Or steak and ribs. That'd be really nice, actually. Yeah, what's going on, Takasugi? Tell me what's going on, say. I think I'll go with shoyu ramen. You're a tonkatsu guy, right? You'll have to let me try a bite of yours. He is just bowling over us, and I have no idea what these words mean. What is shoyu ramen? It is known for its sweet, salty broth and array of toppings, often topped with pork and soy sauce eggs. Meanwhile, tonkatsu ramen, meanwhile, is a ramen broth based on pork bones. Honestly, that sounds like something I would more likely eat, because I like the taste of pork. Don't be shy, I'm happy to share some of my shoyu, too. Yeah, he's gonna definitely bowl over us unless we stand up for ourselves, so, who said you were calling the shots? Alright, on a related, very important subject. Do you have any money on you? He is just still ignoring us. He's very rude. Very, very rude. So you just found yourself here with no clue how it happened, huh? Me? Same deal. After you guys left, I thought I'd gone out like an ultimate badass. But, no, wait, since I'm a servant now, I guess it's more of a vanishing act? Never mind that. Point is, next thing I knew, I was waking up here in Saitama. Shut up, Dryer. That's better. Haven't done anything providing me with decent magical energy since I was summoned, you know? That's why I need at least the occasional meal just to get enough to survive. Let me just get right to it. Will you form a contract with me? You don't know what to do now that you've suddenly found yourself here either, right? Wow, Dryer's being really insistent. So how about a helping hand from none other than the Takasugi Shinsaku, Chosu's miraculous hero himself? Excuse me. You know, you're a lucky guy. You're the only mage I've ever agreed or will ever agree to form a contract with. Well, I guess that's something. You haven't changed a bit. Again, we're not calling him Prez, there is only one Prez in FGO. Well, of course, life would be a lot easier if people could change on a dime, but they can't. Say, that goes doubly for heroic spirits. Uh-oh, we better hurry. They're already here. Who's they? Who is they? Tell me. You must be the Chaldean mage. Don't try to resist. Don't tell me what to do. Who are these fools? I'll be damned, I never thought I'd have to fight my own Kai Haitai. I don't know if I pronounced that right. You there, what's going on? Alright, of course you wouldn't know. How could you? And even I'm at a total loss here. Don't you try to resist either, servant, or we'll kill you. Oh, well, since it doesn't look like we'll be getting any answers from these guys, we may as well just get rid of them. Now hurry up with the contract and magical energy supply. I may not look it, but I'm pretty damn weak right now. So I've got plenty of confidence, though. I wouldn't have made it so far without confidence. Fine, yada yada, buy our bond, contract, empty, full, something, something, something. Whoa. This is the kind of magical energy the Mage of Chaldea provides. Yeah, that ought to do the trick. Alright, I never thought I'd end up fighting my own Kai Hedai one day, but it seems like it should be fun. Alright then. Time to show you what Choshu boys are really made of. Please don't. I was gonna say, it is weird that we're getting all this when we never even had a, this was not a battle node. Not another move. I lost. Well, yeah, you guys didn't even give me a chance to assemble a team to fight. Come on, Shinsaki. What the hell are you doing? This is supposed to be your big moment. What happened to the heart of Choshu? That's weird. I've always been pretty confident in my sword skills. Never been taught the ways of Yagyu Shinkage Ryu. I've even been taught the ways of Yagyu Shinkage Ryu. I misspoke there initially. Pretty amazing, right? Arrest him and the mage. We're taking both back to HQ. Well, shit. I don't suppose you got any hidden reinforcements up your sleeve like last time, do ya? You know, like the Shinsengumi, or that shielder with the Warharm conch, or... There's no point in trying to look cool by holding back, you know? The war conch is only for special occasions. Hang on, does this mean I'm finished? That I'm totally done for? Well, this is no fun. No, wait. Actually, this could just be getting truly entered. Quit running your mouth. Hey, Emiya. Where'd you come from? I figured this guy was a joke the moment I saw him, and it looks like I was dead on. Can't tell how much he's serious and how much he's just messing around. Emi Alter? Tell HQ we've captured the targets. We're bringing them in now. Yes, sir. Oh, I guess he's on the opposite side. See, I can't tell if that symbol, the symbol on the door or on the building, is any different, sort of to represent anything, but... Chairman, we've received word the Chaldean mage has been captured. Who is the chairman? I don't recognize them. I see. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Bring the mage to me, please. Yes, sir. What would we do about the servant? Bring him to me as well, please. Understood. Chaldea Security Organization and their young mage. If the records are accurate, then my wish is no longer a pipe dream. When one's resolve is firm, one's spirits are high, as they say. Alright, then. Let's keep this dream going, shall we, Shinsaku? Yeah, I don't know who that is, so, you know. St. Quartz! Part 1, let's start at Saitama. Again, no battle node. Woo, woo. Saitama has returned. Hey, we see Chaldea. Finally, I was wondering if we were going to be completely isolated from them for this whole event. Like Kiki Restoration City, was it? Weird, I was pretty sure that singularity had completely disappeared. And we are here as well? Question mark? Saitama is back. The coordinate deity is a perfect match, so yes, it must be the same singularity. Or it could be a coincidence, Sion. I understand it's hard to believe, but trust me, it's true. I listened closely for 30 minutes to spare you all having to do the same. I see. Thank you, Sion, and I guess we'd better go investigate. Well, yeah, we definitely can't just ignore Singularity. On that note, these are the servants who will be going along with Sol. So we can't reshift there this time. Correct. It seems the spirit origin of the servants who infiltrated this Singularity last time are being repelled. Must be being protected from the inside, which is why this is not a GudaGuda event. Got it. We are still exploring our options, but since it does not seem this matter will be resolved quickly, we are thinking of sending in a different team than last time. Oh, you gotta be kidding. In here I was looking forward to another great Okita victory. Anyway, that's why we chose these servants who didn't go to Saitama last time, since they match the accompaniment conditions. Come on in, guys. Who's gonna be on our squad? Okay. Hector. Yep, it's me, the old man who hasn't got anything better to do. Still, I've been slacking out on my workouts lately, so I'll do the best an old-timer can. Hey! You're far too modest, Lord Hector. If you're an old-timer, then I am at best Villager A. No, Kojiro. You are the Dragon Slayer. Or the Wyvern Slayer, the hero of Okeanos. After all, dragons are just really big swallows. Swallows, bleh. Still, I'm told the Singularity is in Japan's Musashi province, so it's only right that at least one local servant goes along. Who else is coming? Hector and Kojiro, huh? Talk about an odd pairing. Maybe, but I think they're the perfect servants to keep Master safe. Sasaki Kojiro, huh? I'm still a better bodyguard. Oh, what are you talking about, Izo? Of course this Sasaki guy is gonna be better than some 2-bit manslayer. Gotta say, love Oryu's outfit here. Haven't you ever heard of his showdown on Ganryu Island? It's the most famous island in the whole Seto Inland Sea, which is even bigger than Oryu's heart. Being showered in such praise is a touch embarrassing. So are Kojiro and I the only ones going then? Doesn't sound like it. Oda Kiposhi. Sorry, I'm late, it's me, Oda Kiposhi. Huh? Didn't you go to Saitama last time, Nobunaga? Yeah, I thought that was pretty weird too. This Singularity apparently treats my yappy self and my Demon King self as having gone there, but not this me. Of course, me and them might look similar, but we're actually pretty different, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, this form seems to be sort of the embodiment of the male side of Nobu. Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, technically you don't entirely set off the same idiot bells as Nobu does, but still. I can tell you're mocking me, Manslayer. Then Kiposhi makes 3. Whoop, not so fast. I brought along someone else to help out too. Come on, at least say hello. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, okay, so something's going on here. Ami Alter. No need. We're all servants from the same organization. Once this briefing is over, we'll all get to work, and that's all. And that's that. Ami Alter, huh? Wait, since you brought him along, does this mean you two are friends, Kiposhi? We have the occasional drink together, sure. In fact, I've been trying to get him to be my retainer. Sorry, but I don't do bosses. I'm freelance only. I've got no intention of joining a company. What is that expression on his face? Like, what the heck is that expression? And it doesn't take a genius to tell working for Nobunaga of all people will be a rough gig. Well, of course I'd ask you to take on impossible tasks. I know you'd be able to handle them. But fine, we can discuss that some other time. Anyway, that makes 4. I'm afraid I can't come along either, since I did the last time, but I hope you'll all keep Senpai safe. Last time, the Shielder and the War Conch. Okay, guys, since we already have the coordinates, let's get your race shift underway. Take care of Sol for us, alright? I'm ready whenever you are. So this must be the, how did we get here bit. Okay, then get ready to race shift to the minute singularity of Saitama. Uh-oh. What's going on? That looks seriously bad. Sion, can you stop the race shift once it's... You can't stop the race shift once it started. The singularity is interfering. I guess this is what happens when you have a very strong connection to a place. Oh, thank you for the great sample data. I'm afraid your race shift coordinates are going to be scattered all over the place, but you'll all just have to deal with it. Well, that doesn't sound too good. Come to think of it, this is the same ominous feeling I got back when I fought Yoshimoto. Damn, that sucks. Well, we might as well have a quick smoke. Come now, this is modern-day Japan, yes? Then it should be perfectly safe. Good things come to those who wait, do they not? Then I will surely see you once we get there, Lord Soul. If there's a strong connection, it means there's a lot of bad blood here. I can already tell this is going to be a pain in the ass. Senpai? No taking rain checks. I'll see y'all in the singularity. Show that confidence. We're fine. We got confidence, man. Confidence. That was a nice bop. And the next thing you knew, you were here in Saitama, all on your own, eh? This might be rich coming from me, but I thought Chaldea would be better prepared. That is rich coming from you. Hey, come on, I might be on Sakamoto's level, but I still know how to run a tight ship. Well, looks like we're finally getting an audience. Here they are, Chairman. Please be careful. Even restraining the servant is still a threat. Excuse me. So, you're the Mage of Chaldea. The evil mastermind is already putting in an appearance. I did the exact same bit right here in this room not so long ago. Don't expect this to have much of an impact. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Chaldean. Mage, I am the chairman of Yoshida Concern. Yoshida Shoin. Yeah, you just... Put the glasses back on, dude. You look more like Dr. Maruki from Persona. The glasses make you look like Maruki, so I'm just going to call him Maruki if I can remember. What did you just say? First of all, allow me to apologize for the rough treatment in bringing you to this meeting. I hope you understand that my employing such desperate measures is a reflection of how very much I wish to speak with you. Partly on. Hey, hold up. That face, that voice. Is that really you, Shoin Sensei? No, this is Maruki. He's complicated. There we go. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to silence your servant? His voice is quite irritating, I'm afraid. I'll never have be able to have a proper discussion with his constant interruptions. See, he's a teacher! He's a teacher. More credence to the Maruki theory. Come on, Sensei, don't you recognize me? It's me, Shinsaku. Takasugi Shinsaku. I can't make any Persona character analogies with him, unfortunately. No, wait, it's because I'm taller now than when I was alive. I guess that would make it hard to recognize me, especially with my new dyed hair and all, but it's really me. I mean, dyed hair makes me think Ryuji, but, you know, Ryuji doesn't have long hair, and Ryuji's a lot less, self-important. Alright, Mage, if you're unable to silence your servant, I suppose I'll just have to do it myself, with my fist. I mean, Maruki did get in fisticuffs towards the end there. Huh? Stop interrupting us, you churlish lout. I don't think Maruki was that strong physically, though. Slugged him with a running start. Ow. What the hell are you doing? Then again, I guess that is just like you. But never mind that now. Come on, Sensei. Don't you remember me? It's me, Takasugi Shinsaku. No, I don't remember you. I especially don't remember any man with eyes as dead as yours. What do you mean, dead eyes? I mean exactly what I said, but I suppose you're not much of a listener. I mean, Alter, I'm sorry for all the trouble, but would you mind keeping this cur quiet for us? Shut it, Roosterhead. This trip down memory lane ends now. Who are you calling a Roosterhead? Wait, you know this guy. He's one of your servants. And now he's turned traitor. I knew Chaldea was useless. No, this is kind of Emiya Alter's thing. You know, he kind of does his own thing, and turns out to be very helpful in the end. You know, just, especially when the bitchiest bitch who ever bitched is involved. He's really, really helpful in those situations. He even saves, a waifu for us. You don't really listen, do you? Maybe you'll finally learn if I pull this trigger. Good. Now you and I can finally have a peaceful discussion. Honestly, you could have just called me up, dude. I'm sorry about about resorting to violence. It's a nasty old habit of mine. No matter the age, I can't stand louts who can't be reasoned with. If I were you, Mage of Chaldea, I'd wash my hands of this piece of servant trash as soon as possible. Yeah, see, Maruki here totally knows, Takasugi Shinsaku. Takasugi Shinsaku. One who stays near ink will always be stained black, and one who stays near vermilion will be stained red, after all. Or, in terms you're more familiar with, you are the company you keep. Not really? That's not necessarily a true statement. That is a loaded statement. That's like saying you are what you eat. You are not necessarily the company you keep. Yes, the company you keep can influence you a bit, but you are not. You do not have a similar mindset. A piece of trash bit might... Yeah, I guess calling him a piece of trash is a bit uncalled for. Well, never mind that cur now. You're the one I wish to speak to, Mage of Chaldea. Don't worry, it's a simple request. Would you give up Chaldea to me? Huh? I forgot to mention, no interjections either. The next one will be your last. Yeah. So what do you say? I'd love to hear your answer. Yeah, see... I just work there, dude. Like, I don't even know if they're giving me a... To be honest with you, they're not even giving me actual money as a paycheck here. I get stuff called QP, and it's just... I got millions of it, dude. And the only thing I can use the QP for is to make my job easier. I can't buy personal luxuries with my QP or anything like that. I can't even spend it on gifts for the waifus. Yes, you see, so I think Chaldea might be in need of a bit of a restructuring to maybe see a paycheck or two. Like, I don't think I even got the emergency pay I was promised for saving humanity from the incineration, you know? So I really don't make the... It's not my... It doesn't belong to me. If it belonged to me, then I mean I wouldn't be working for free. But I see. Sorry to hear that. I was hoping to acquire Chaldea via legal means with your consent. Seems that to be no longer an option. If you refuse to see reason, then I'll have to resort to more forceful means. I'm sure Chaldea will be willing to negotiate if I have you as a hostage. Not really, because while I don't own Chaldea, I mean, I kind of am the VIP of Chaldea. And if you threaten me, there's going to be a lot of death visiting this singularity. The GudaGuda gang are the only ones that will not be able to come and wreak havoc. That's all I can really say. GudaGuda and number one waifu, but, you know. So, hostage me at your own risk. Hopefully Chaldea is the kind of organization that values human life more than their own agency. Sir, I can't let you do that. Who sent it? Who was it? Hector! Oh, damn, you really are fast, huh? When did you get here? Me? As long as you have. I've been telling you this whole time. Looks like you got your own stuff you're dealing with. You being brainwashed or something? Anyway, seems you got your work cut out for you when it comes to security here. Of course, this old man is pretty confident he could still get through whatever security measures you might put in place. Hector, my man! Well, now I'm especially glad I came here. I'm afraid we'll still have to celebrate a reunion later, because this call is about as close as they come. So I suggest we run for it, Master. From what I can tell, your new servant there is not doing too hot either. And as good as I am, I don't like my chances against the entire enemy force on their own turf. Hey, who's the dour old dude? Is he one of your servants too? Dour? You know what? That's fair. Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we? You think it's gonna be that easy? that you can get away from here. No, from me, while bringing along Master and a useless servant, all by yourself. Don't move! We've got you surrounded! Oh, damn, you sure got numbers on me. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is all a little too much for an old man like me to handle alone. Which is why... Good call, I take it you surrender then. Huh? Now, wait a moment. Did I ever say I came here alone? There's another one here. Kojiro! I hope I didn't keep you waiting long, Lord Hector. Nope, your timing's perfect. Alright, Master and Mystery Servant, we're making a beeline out of here. I've really been completely useless, haven't I? Yeah, we need to just get outside. Don't address his uselessness so far. I know we'll have to jump out the window. So you're running away again. What was that? I said, so you're running away again like you did when Kusaka died. Kusaka, how do you know about that, Sensei? It's all thanks to my being a servant. Must say, knowing what transpired after your death is a cruel cross to bear. That includes knowledge of you as well. So yes, I know very well just how little you accomplished. See, he did know who you were. What did you say? You might be my sensei, but that doesn't mean you can say whatever the hell you want. Sorry to interrupt, but do you think you could get going already? This old man's doing his best, but he's only got so much stamina. He has only 3-star servant, to be fair. Good. There you go again. You're about to die without having accomplished a single thing. Fine, if you wish to run, go right ahead. You won't make any difference anyway. Hector! Shonen Sensei. Look, I can see you guys have a history, but can it wait? Shut up, this is between me and Sensei. Alright, looks like I'll have to get a little rough then. Hang on tight to him, Master. Hey, what are you doing? I'm still talking. Is that a jet? You have a jet on your elbow? Target confirmed, trajectory locked in. Go on, get out of here. What? Since when does Hector have a friggin' jet on his elbow? This is news to me, too. Come on, Kojiro, we gotta get out of here, too. Since when can he fire rockets? Pardon the yawn. I don't know why I got the yawns today. I guess I'm still adjusting to daylight savings time. Understood. Lord Amia Alter, we will settle this at a later date. After them. Don't let them escape. It's alright, Amia Alter. Even a glance at their eyes is enough to make clear that both of them are truly strong. Even you would have trouble against them. Yeah, I guess you're right. There's time and place for everything. It's still too soon to put that into motion. That? Besides, there's nothing he can do. I mean, if it's because as you keep hammering in, he's never accomplished anything in his life. Yeah, I don't think I can count on him to stick any landing here. I really don't think I can. In fact, I probably looked him up last year in the event. Takasugi Shinsaku. Let's see here. Takasugi Shinsaku was a samurai. So he's a samurai. Yep, we already know that. He hid from the Tokugawa! Sorry about that. That name always gets me. He was born in Castletown, first son. He joined a private school, devoted himself to the modernization of military, entered a military school, he married someone, was an arranged marriage, he left his home. He had a kid. He did. It looks like he accomplished a fair bit. Yeah, he did not live to see his success, but he also died from tuberculosis. Alright, I might be off my game, but I'm still a servant. Watch me stick it. Nope, my body refuses to listen to me. Sorry, it's gonna be a rough landing. Ow. Are you okay? Yeah, you cushioned my landing. I might not be able to move, but I can at least take the brunt of the impact. Be grateful I did. All that aside, you've got some really crazy servants. You know that? I can't believe that one guy sent us flying all the way out here. Hey, this place, is it the Kino Party hideout? I remember now. Tanaka blasted the ceiling open, didn't he? Hey there, you're holding up better than I thought. Wow, you can cross distance fast, Hector. Oh, it's you. Was there really no other way you could have rescued us? Well, at least it's pretty far from boring. If you got enough energy to crack wise, then you're just fine. And of course, I'm glad you're okay too, Master. That's the most important thing. Yeah, it is. Kojiro! Worry not, I gave our pursuers the slip. Which is quite impressive considering, you know, I was literally launched off on a rocket. People tend to keep track of where those end up flying and landing. They tend to, at least. Anyway, you're getting yourself mixed up in another major hassle, Master. Guess that's kind of par for the course in a singularity. So, what do we do now? You need to ask? I'm going to confront Sho and since... hang on, I'm just going to call him Chairman Yoshida. And I'm going to call him Maruki, when I can care to remember. Wait, hang on, why is he going by Chairman now? I took a look around the city before our rendezvous. It seems that Maruki is running things here. Really? Man, what the hell? That's my job before he came around. Do you always interrupt yourself while you're talking? Oh, aren't you a rude old man? Dude, you are so rude yourself, man. Who are you, anyway? Having a jet in your rebel's fun, but that doesn't tell me anything about you. It is pretty fun, isn't it? This old man's right with you there. Anyway, I'm actually kind of a big deal in Greece, but if you don't know, well, you don't know. Again, I never knew Hector had a rocket arm. Truly, never knew. Alright, let me introduce myself properly then. I'm Hector, a lancer and one of Master's servants. Hector. Never heard you. But you know me, though. I'm Takasugi Shinsaku, Choshu's miraculous hero. If you need a minute to pick your jaw up off the floor, I'll understand. That does sound impressive. But I'm afraid I've never heard of you either. Sorry. Unless here's Sasaki Kojiro, an assassin and another one of Master's servants. You've never heard of me? Jeez, what kind of small-time heroic spirit are you? Wait, Sasaki Kojiro? The Sasaki Kojiro? Are you really him? Do you still toss your scabbard aside before a fight? It's a good question about the scabbard, actually. I don't think he does. I'm terribly sorry, but you would be better off asking Musashi to tell you about my humble self. I am but an eccentric who spent his days swinging a katana up in the mountains. I can speak little to the way of the sword, but I had no part in any great heroic escapades. You merely think of me as a useful assassin. More importantly, perhaps we should discuss our next steps. Damn it, the Sasaki Kojiro is working for you? Okay, I'm impressed. You'll have to show me your swallow reversal later. If we're still not talking about anything important, do you mind if I take a quick smoke break? Hell yeah, I mind. Alright, listen up, Master. You two dreary old man and Sasaki Kojiro. What we need to do now is begin the rebirth of Takasugi Industries. What do you mean? That's the kind of look I like to see. Anyway, it looks like Shoin-sensei is using Yoshida's concerned business of his to rule Saitama in my place. And I seriously doubt he of all people is doing all that on a power trip. He must have bigger plans if he's already gone so far as to take over my old company. This guy used to be your teacher, yeah? You're sure giving him a lot of credit. Well, of course, there's never been anyone as remarkable as Shoin-sensei in my life, and never will be. I see, so he was a dear mentor of yours. In that case, it would indeed be painful to have him dismiss you now. Ouch. Guess he got no problem just blurting out the stuff most people would keep quiet, but you're not wrong. Anyway, whatever he's up to here in Saitama, he's doing it to get his hands on Chaldea. So he's trying to do what you did. There you go. And if we're gonna go head-to-head with his business, I've got way more experience with that kind of thing than he does. I don't know what exactly Shoin-sensei is up to, but whatever it is, we're gonna make damn sure it doesn't happen. And you're a natural-born pain in the ass, huh? Oh well, either way, this Shoin guy is ruling the singularity, right? Not much seems to be sure. So, looks like we got no choice but to go along with this scheme, Master. This old man may not have much experience with business, but at least Redhead here seems to know what he's doing. I'm afraid I also have a little experience with commerce. I know my way around a katana, a hoe, and little more. Financial matters have never been my strength. But I do have experience standing guard. In fact, I would say I'm excellent at running security. Hey, as long as you're willing to give this venture of yours your best, all three of you are welcome to join. In fact, I'd say we've got all we need to get started, and then some. I'm not sure what's up with this Yoshida Concern group, but if Shoin-sensei's running it, I could hardly ask for a worthier opponent. I'll forget worthy. Never my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd go up against Shoin-sensei for anything. This is going to be really, really interesting. And it's all thanks to you taking me on as your servant. So thanks for that. And let's get us started all then. Business venture is this Chaldea Boys collection. Alright, let's get started. This is gonna be the beginning of a brand new Takasugi Industries story. Okay. One Saint Quartz. What? Shit. I just saw that blanked out. Why was it blanked out? Clear event quests, bonus earned gain, attack and bomb boost, event CEs, collect event items. Let's see what the boys collection CEs are about. We do have one, and we can choose one of 9. So let's see here. Looks like we got Charlemagne and presumably 2 others. Rome Eternal featuring Constantinos and 2 others. Professor and Rebuttal providing the 2 Moriartys. The Professor's Lunchtime. I see Paracelsus there, and I do not recognize the other 2 from a glance. Brilliant Spring Sunshine featuring Taisui, so Melt's kid. So that's already high up there. For Your Letters features... That's such small. All the Way Burn is Napoleon, Fergus, and Kentucky. An Exchange of Endless Conversation features... I see Don Quixote, Yagyu, and... can't remember his name. Light Inside Night's Curtain, I see Geronimo, I see Asterius, and I cannot tell who that... Oh, wait, that's Lobo in the background. Yeah, I think I'm going the Taisui one because, again, Mount's son. So, you know, gotta go for it. Yes, redeem Brilliant Spring Sunshine. Let's also claim these. Scales, please. Who else is in this? I don't recognize everybody in this. There's the guy whose name I don't remember, with the green bird on his shoulder, but I don't recognize the others in this image. So this is flower viewing. We love sunbathing, so this is great. What about you, Hua Hua? I hear there's a custom of viewing cherry blossom in the master's hometown. I do agree it's quite nice. My sons also seem to be enjoying themselves. Ah, so they're not actual servants. Pals look like they're dancing. Careful not to run around too much. There are sweets and tea, too. This one's mine. First come, first serve. Yeah, it's more about Taisui than anything. Because, again, also the cones. Cones are adorable. So, what is it? I fear 40,000 points? Oh no, this is a point ladder locked quest. I need to focus my points. Here. All of them give points. Room Eternal. Is that 30%? Yeah. Do all these give extra currencies? They do. Interesting. Okay. Let's filter this to only show CEs. Nope. Just the CEs. Wrong one. There we go. Refresh. There we go. Alright. Let's go to the casters. I don't think it matters really who we bring. We need to try and get some points here. I don't even remember what party I was using. This was... Okay, I'm gonna clear some parties. I'm gonna do some of these quests here, just because I need to see if I can get to... Excuse me. I need to see if I can get to 40k points so I can at least do the next section, because otherwise things are gonna get dicey. Okay, that's waifu squad. We'll go with this setup, and then let's clear out CEs. And is there any... I do have event bonus servants. I don't think they give any bonuses to drops in this, do they? Bond increase. Yeah, so it's just bond boosting is all that seems to be gained. So I think, you know, if Kama's gonna get bond boost, I'll take a Kama along. I'll bring that, and then just bond CEs, I guess. Tea time, and I can't bring anything else. Okay. Let's roll. Oh, shoot. Shoot. That just occurred to me. Kama, listen, you're in the waifu category, but, I need loop potential. So, yeah. I need the looping to get 40k points, hopefully, quickly, in these 3 quests. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to end the stream with only having gotten the prologue and part 1 done. Okay, I don't think I need... Okay, I think I might be a bit overstacked here for the looping. But I guess doing this gives me time to just talk randomly here. As I said, things have been going pretty well. Since the last stream. It was, again, the reason there was no stream on Wednesday or Friday, and this won't really make context if you're watching this on YouTube when it eventually gets published, is just because my dad was having severe abdominal pain at like 2 in the morning and needed to be taken to the hospital. He ended up staying for a couple days, which is why there was no stream on Friday either, because he only got out of the hospital on Friday, and, yeah, I don't want to give too much information just because it is his private medical stuff, you know, but he is doing better now, so that is a relief, because I was kind of losing sleep over him, you know, being hospitalized. Just, I'd be that way with any family, no matter what kind of condition they were in beforehand, honestly. But yeah, he's doing better now. He's home. Seems to be recovering. So, I'm happy about that. Though, I will say, good gracious, the hospital he was in, it's a nice hospital. It's the one I originally did my clinical rotation through, but the discharge process, because my mom works regularly, and so to not take off work, to not make her take off work, my dad called me to ask him to pick him up for being discharged. He called me, And I get there. He still has the line in for his IV. And said, oh yeah, they said they'd be by anytime now to take this out so that we can get going. Sit there. He's at the point where he can, walk the floor, and because, when you're in the hospital, they like it when the patients can sort of walk around, get themselves moving and all that. We took multiple laps around the floor that he was staying on. Multiple laps. Eventually, someone comes in! And they came in to test his blood sugar. So it's like, okay, you know what, Dad? Say something to them. Maybe then we can get somebody to come in here and, see about the discharge stuff, because supposedly all his discharge paperwork was already filed and he already got the clear from the doctor. So they take the blood sugar, he mentions that to them, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll go and check on it. And it's like another 20 minutes, and keep in mind, he still has the line in his arm that is not connected to anything. It's just in his arm still. And 20 minutes pass after he gets his blood sugar taken, and somebody finally comes in to remove the line, leaves, and then another half an hour passes before somebody finally comes in to go over all the discharge stuff. It's like, good gracious, he thought he was getting out when he gave me a call, and he ended up not being discharged for another 3 hours after I got there. It was kind of ridiculous. I'm lucky my phone was fully charged at that point. Otherwise, my phone might have died, and I would have just been sitting on my hands in a hospital room with nothing to do. I mean, it was kind of weird, I will admit, going there. Like, I think it's safe to say my passion for the field I was going to go into is well and truly gone, because to get up to his room, I had to pass by the radiology area, which is where I was at for my clinicals, and every time I passed by, I got almost a cold, sinking feeling in my stomach, and I think that the burn they gave me in the end of last year, I don't think it's something I'm ever really going to get over, so I think that chapter of my life is done, and it's just going to be moving forward with my current chapter in life, which is in IT. Like I said before, IT has always been something that's held some interest to me, but it was always sort of a passing interest, but now I'm legitimately working on getting into it, Hey, J6, welcome to the stream. How'll be things. You came in just at the tail end of my story time, where I kind of detailed exactly what happened for my dad's discharge issues. Oh, just me making mention of how it's my path forwards now, essentially. Just long story short, the hospital my dad was at was the same hospital I did my clinical rotation at, and to get to his room at the hospital, I had to pass by where I did my clinical rotation at, like the department, and every time I passed by, I kind of got a sinking feeling in my stomach, and it's kind of confirmed for me that the passion I once held for radiology is kind of gone at this point, which sucks, but it means that I'm now officially on a new path in my life, and that path is IT! Which I am almost done with my first quarter, because that is how the university I'm going to does this, is doing things by quarters. I'm almost done with my first quarter. I've finished all my week 6 stuff, and it's only 10 weeks. So, next semester, which starts like mid-April, involves website development, so that's going to be fun. I am legitimately looking forward to learning some bits about website development. But how be things for you, J6? How be things for you? I'm gonna take a quick step out to crush a water bottle to not make it, very loud. kind of occurring to me that I probably shouldn't be crushing water bottles so close to where my microphone is. That probably is not a very pleasant sound for some people. Yeah, true. It is true. The only issue that I really have is that they strung me along for as long as I did, giving me a hope that I could still do it. But no, they kind of just strung me along. They burned me, so, you know. Web dev is fun until you get to JavaScript, it's more finicky. I have been advised, because with the classes I am bound to be taking, I'm short. I've got 40... I'm only a little short. I'm going to go until I get part 2 done. But yeah, with the classes available to me at the university, there is 3 programming languages that they offer. C+, JavaScript, and Python. I've spoken with people that are in the industry and have been told JavaScript is probably the most difficult, but the most commonly used of them all, so I'm going to be taking Java classes. And trying to see if I can't pick up Python through, like, boot.dev. It might just be Java. Give me a moment here. Let's see. Associates have applied. It is Java. It's just Java. Just Java. Oh, wait. They had an... Okay, that's... Huh. They've added... See, when I initially signed up for it... Now, I'm not at this point yet, but when I initially signed up for all this, there was only 3 languages offered. Python, C++, or whatever, and Java. But now they've also got a 4th one... JavaScript and PHP. Mind you, I don't have to worry about that just yet, but it is, like, a thing. I'm not really sure what the... So JavaScript is different. JavaScript is done for coding websites to make them interactive. I'm gonna have to look a little bit more into this. I'm going to have to look a little bit deeper into the differences here. I've got time to do so, though. I think the programming courses, the software development courses are, like, on the last quarter of things that I'm set to do. So I have time, at least. They share a lot of similarities, yeah. Yeah, I do think I'm going to try and learn Python through, like, external sources, just because I have been told Python is the easiest programming language to learn. But, yeah. Ooh, snap, crackle, pop the neck. I should be at 40k points now, meaning I should be able to do part 2. No, I'm not repeating this. I don't like farming on stream, game. Do not make me farm anymore on stream. Oh, that means that part 2 is kind of like, right now, type hello world program in Java. I've not learned any coding, though, J6. That's the thing. I've not learned any coding. The courses that I'm taking right now are literally just introductory to information technology concepts and the basic, you know, every college has this course and it never transfers over. How to be good at school. Those are literally the only 2 courses I'm learning. I'm learning, like, basics of information technology and how to be good at school. Like, week 6 has been how to critically think was the how to be good at school course. Like, how to critically think. And for the information, and for the IT course, it was learning more about, Microsoft Excel. That is what I'm currently on right now. Is that shocking? We're gonna do part 2 while you pick your jaw up off the ground, because I think you've dropped your jaw in shock. Geez, Kojiro, when you said you only knew how to handle a katana and a hoe, I didn't think you were being literal. I have long been a recluse. No, let us say a man of refined taste, who lived by the principle, plow in fair weather, read in foul. And you, Lancer, have you done anything besides light up? Hey, this old man's no expert at business or the art of making money. I mean, true, Excel is not hard. The past 3 weeks have been starting off with PowerPoint to Word to Excel. Yeah, PowerPoint to Word to Excel. Those have kind of been... Actually, no, it wasn't PowerPoint. It was, Outlook, I think, was more of it. Because it was showing, like, how the calendars and how to link up calendars and all that kind of stuff through the Microsoft stuff. Through the Microsoft suite. Blech. My tongue is getting tangled here. Being called administration. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the classes I am taking is literally just the starter courses for the whole information technology degree. These are like the courses that somebody fresh out of high school would take if they want to get into IT. So of course they're going to be more simple than further along courses. Hey, this old man's no expert in business or at the art of making money. I told you as much already, didn't I? No, you did. You're right, that's on me. Different jobs are suited for different people. Soldiers, generals, kings, company presidents, each has their own role to play. Indeed, so since you're the president, I expect you'll be giving us jobs best suited to each of us. First things first, if we're gonna make a big company, we're gonna need a lot of funding, fast. Well, sure, gotta have a war chest to wage a war, so how are you gonna go about getting one? Hang on, let me think. Hey, what are you doing? I think I'm munching on something. I'm hungry, want a snack? Snack, are those rations you brought from Chaldea or something? Anyway, sure, I was just feeling a little peckish myself. Don't mind if I do. You started learning Java during your first semester in CEGP, fresh out of high school, pre-uni. Yeah, I don't think there's really a pre-uni except for technically community college. Yeah, I mean, I have an interest in IT. I have no experience in IT. So, you know, these building blocks courses are essentially what I need. It's called college in English over here. Gotcha. It sounds like the general idea, it seems, is like what community colleges are, which are like places where you can earn credits to then transfer over to a big university. They're generally cheaper than universities and that kind of stuff. What is it? Why'd you stop talking? I knew I'd come through. I just thought of a great way to secure the capital we need. Well, that's good to hear. So what is it? These snacks right here. Don't you remember how symbolic they were for Saitama as a whole? Ah, your province is the only one that has a system like this. Gotcha. Ontario is similar to the US. Of course, Ontario isn't the province you are in. You're just Canadian, J6. I cannot ask and you cannot tell me exactly where it is you reside. You are just Canadian. You are not necessarily from Ontario. You are just making a statement about Ontario, correct? Don't tell me. You want to sell snacks? That's right. We're going to bring back Saitama's most famous food. I don't remember what it was. Exactly. You don't live in Ontario. You just live in the nation of Canada. No further details needed. Yeah! Manu, get your Manu. 2 for 1 cut, or 4 for 2 cuts. Anyone want some yummy restoration Manu? So, is this really your secret plan, Perez? Yep, the factory those old stuffed shirts of the Showa party used for the knockoff Manyu is still here. I checked, and the factory itself has been almost completely automated, and it's still got a ton of ingredients in its storehouse. Honestly, even though cost of living over there is way worse than where I would live, I would prefer living over there. The provincial government where you live sucks. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But, yeah, cost of living is never a fun thing. Cost of living, life is too expensive to live sometimes, it feels. Life is too expensive to live. Man, I never thought Takechi's sabotage attempts would ever end up being so useful. These aren't restoration Manyu, though. Honestly, I hate to admit it, but their Kino Manyu tasted basically the same as my restoration Manyu. Takechi really did his damn homework when he studied how to make Manyu. Oh well, at least it all worked out in the end now that their hard work is helping me instead of hurting. All that aside, do these Manyu things really sell all that well? Oh sure, I made a killing off them back when I first started Takasugi Industries. Saitama citizens can't get enough of them. At least Canada has free healthcare. Fair. Fair is fair. I'm lucky enough to not have that many health problems myself. So I've not really... I honestly think that the only times I've ever been to the emergency room as a patient were when I was younger. Once was in high school, and that was because I had severe amounts of earwax impacted in my ear and lost hearing in my ear. So I needed to get my ear flushed. And the other time was when I was in, like, first grade. I skidded across the school gym's floor on my knees to one of the walls, and there was broken boards in the walls, and I got a nail stuck in my knee. Luckily, it wasn't the sharp end of the nail stuck in my knee, it was the blunt end of the nail, but I still had a nail stuck in my knee. And that was not fun. So we're gonna sell them all the Manyu they can eat and then some. Now come on, Soul, you try. Manyu, get your delicious Manyu. With all the money we're gonna make off them, we can celebrate with a steak dinner tonight. Ooh, steak. I'm having a steak dinner on Wednesday. Old boss is treating the whole family to steak dinner because my dad's retired from their business, so no more does my family work for them. Ton of health problems since childhood, so thank goodness don't gotta deal with the insane hospital bills in the US. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of lucky in that my mom works for the city I live in, so she had city healthcare, which meant that I had health insurance for quite a long time, so it was really only optional things that really cost money, and I didn't really need much in the way of optional. I mean, when I was younger, I tried to ask for growth hormones because I was, like, short, and I wanted to be taller. I had to go through a battery of tests and everything to see, you know, is he not growing enough that we can safely give him growth hormones? But, yeah, turns out that was not covered by insurance, so... Yeah, this was like the early 2000s when a lot of that kind of stuff wasn't really researched that well. This was early 2000s when that kind of stuff was not researched that well. Is all I can really say on the matter. And of course, the thing is I kind of... I don't want to say I almost cheated the system a little bit, but for some odd reason when I was younger, like, I must have watched swimming on TV, and you know, swimmers, they tend to shave their body hair. So when I was younger, I would shave my armpit hair, and I happened to be shaving my armpit hair when I went to see these doctors to find out, is he developing properly? And they saw, and not having any armpit hair was one of the reasons I almost got moved up to the next thing. Because yeah. To be fair, I kept that kind of stuff hidden. Like, even shaving my face, I didn't really tell my parents when I started to shave my face. Thus leading to me never learning how to properly clean a razor blade. And when I was a kid, or when I was younger, like, probably 12, 13 years old is when I started shaving. Somewhere around there is when I started shaving. But when I started shaving my face, I never knew how to clean a razor blade, so what I did was I ran my thumb along the razor blade, along my dad's razors, to clean the razors so that he did not suspect that I was using them. And as a result, my thumbprint has a lot of scar. It didn't really hurt. Like, it might have stung a little bit, but I didn't know any better, and I was too embarrassed to ask. So, yeah. My thumbprints kind of have, you know, a little bit of scarring across them as memories of when I tried to clean the razors with my fingers. I eventually learned, but yeah, it's just a nice little fun fact / memory of mine, and I've kind of forgotten what tangent we were on beforehand. These Manu aren't selling at all. Huh? That can't be right. Well, I was a very... I know I shouldn't have been embarrassed. I'm trying to think. Well, I can't even think of what my 12 to 13-year-old brain was going through at that point in time that made me want to not let anybody know. I think the main thing is that, yeah, I was like 12 or 13. It was something, and this is out there, but I think the main reason I started to shave my face is because I got complimented for being able to grow some really good sideburns. Oh, and I started to grow a unibrow. That's another reason why. That is another reason why I started to shave, is because I started to grow unibrow, and, you know, back in the early 2000s, a unibrow was, like, very much, not something you wanted people to know you could have. Actually, I think it's more the unibrow thing than anything else. Is that, yeah, I was starting to grow, I'm growing a unibrow. Nobody can know. And then it kind of just evolved from there. Yeah, I was a smart kid. Book smart. Not necessarily street smart. Not necessarily street smart. Excuse me, good sir, but would you care for some delicious restoration manu? Although it admittedly my job to say this, between its soft mochi skin and delectable flavor, it truly is a delicious treat for your taste buds. Oh, restoration manu, huh? That's right, the same Takasugi Industries restoration manu you know and love. Oh my, restoration manu? Nobody cares about those anymore. These days, it's Shoin Daifuku. Oh yeah, there's nothing better than Shoin Daifuku. Those rice cakes give you quite the burst of energy. I love it. Well, as long as we citizens do at Yoshida Concern tells us, we know we'll never have to worry about anything. That's, kind of dark to think about. Oh man, just talking about those Daifuku is making me want one. Come on, let's go buy some right now. Oh damn, I can't believe the Restoration Manu brand has fallen so far. So what do we do with this truckload of Manu now? That's what I want to know. Damn, this plan really didn't work. I don't know how it's pronounced. What's that in the bag you got there? Shoin Daifuku. The hell? When'd you get your hands on this? Saw it at the train station shop and just grabbed one. Man, you just do whatever the hell you want, don't you? Well, yeah, I am pronounced. Okay. Whew. I was worried you were saying that word. You were saying Daifuku, huh? Like I was mispronouncing it or something. Oh, that's right. You were talking about steak. You said you made some steak yesterday. Tell me this, J6. Tell me this. What cook do you get your steak? Are you a rare, medium rare, or well done? What kind of cook do you like on your steak? But yes, Shinsaku, I am very much doing whatever I want, because I'm the one in charge here, dude. Medium? At least you don't have it well done. Medium is better than well done, at least. That is what I will say about that. You are not one of those well done plebeians. In this case, that's good. Like the saying goes, if you know your enemy and know yourself, you'll never be defeated in 100 battles. Alright, let's see what the secret to these things is. Oh, so these are Shoin Daifuku. They certainly look like delicious, chewy Daifuku. Some cuts of beef need to be well done, like brisket. But we're not talking about cuts of beef. I'm talking about steak. Like, when it comes to steak, medium rare to rare is, like, the perfect spot for it. But other cuts of meat, yes, I will admit, a lot of other cuts of meat, like briskets, those need to be cooked differently. I will admit that. But a steak, a true good, like, sirloin, New York strip, T-bone, any of those, you know, those need to be cooked medium rare to rare to medium rare. Yeah, medium rare is like the go-to for most steaks. You still get that nice juiciness in the... Man, I cannot wait till Wednesday. Like I said, Wednesday my old boss is taking my whole family, because my dad retired from there and he was the last one out, to a restaurant. And it's one of those fancy restaurants that I went to for one of my own birthdays, where they bring out your steak and it's raw, but they also bring out a super hot stone and you can cook your steak to your liking. It's so good. I cannot wait. But that's kind of why Wednesday stream is going to be early, because yeah, going out to a nice fancy restaurant for dinner. Sure, but they also look like the same kind of Japanese sweets you can get anywhere in this country. I guess I can try one for myself after a quick smoke break. I'm pretty beat from all that selling. Since when can Hector smoke? Again, there's a lot of things about Hector I'm learning, like the fact that he has a rocket arm. Hang on, this Daifuku. That New York strip is the name. Sirloin. Wait, striploin? Is striploin different from sirloin then? What about it? Analyze. Analyze? What are you, some video game character? Why are you staring daggers at a Daifuku? Now I see, so that's their trick. Hector, can you find out where they're making these? Seems like you got an idea. You want me to track down where they're manufacturing these things? Yeah, I can do it. Suits me a lot better than hawking Manu on the street anyway. Striploin is the name for New York strip outside the U.S. Gotcha. I kind of figured that when you mentioned it. I just wanted the clarification there. Gotcha. Great. Then get started now, please. In the meantime, you and Kojiro come with me, Sol. There's something I need to prepare. Oh, and don't eat that Daifuku. If you're hungry, there's a small mountain worth of restoration Manu to choose from. Excuse me. I'll even give you an employee discount. Dude, why are you... We don't make money! I went on this tangent earlier on where Chaldea doesn't even pay me money. They give me QP, which I can only use to help make their job easier. I can't even use QP to buy stuff for my waifus. Takasugi. I expect monetary compensation. So you mean to take money from your own workers? Yeah, he kinda does, doesn't he? So this is it, huh? That was fast. Good work. Guess you're not just a lazy, chain-smoking window seater after all. I may have to increase your bonus for this. Oh, thanks. Guess I'm just an old hand at scouting out enemy territory. So, what do we do now? For now, we make our way inside. You did figure out how to get inside, too, right? Of course I did. Come on, follow me. There's a freight entrance around back. Not much in the way of guards. Shouldn't be a problem for us. He has an animation where he's smoking for one of his skill animations. Yeah, I don't really use Hector that much. I think I might have used him in the ORT fight. I think. I honestly don't remember who all I used except for all of the Liz's, except for, like, Brave Liz and Caster Liz. By the way, what's that big sack you got there, Kojiro? The president made me bring all this from the office. I'm used to carrying around long things, but my good looks are wasted on this large bag. Think of it as a chance to show off the muscle you built from all your sword swinging and hoe hacking. Besides, I make it a point to never carry anything heavier than a shamisen. Now come on, let's go. Do you remember it from years ago during Okeanos? Yeah, Okeanos is way too long ago for me to remember. Okeanos is before I quit FGO initially, long ago. I see. I knew it. Does that mean you're finally going to let us in on whatever the hell's going on? Sure. After I analyzed this Daifuku with this eye of mine, I found out it's got a surprisingly nasty effect. Didn't know you could do that. Selective memory. Fair point. Yep, I can. That's part of my noble phantasm, but never mind that now. A nasty effect? Do you mean some sort of ingredient to make consumers addicted or to numb their taste buds? Even worse, makes whoever eats these things become a totally adoring simps for a certain chairman. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word on Twitch. So just erase that from your memories. They're probably using the Holy Grail's power on top of Sensei's natural charisma. Damn, so it's a kind of brainwashing then. Damn it, Shoin Sensei, what the hell are you thinking, trying to rule these people by controlling their minds? I mean, you know... I don't know... I just recall... I honestly don't know. I vaguely recall the word being banned. Let's see here. Is it banned on Twitch? Yeah, that's that is banned. That word is banned. Okay, it's banned when it's being used to negatively refer to somebody else. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna be in trouble. I'm not gonna be in trouble. A fictional character used it to refer to... Okay, not fictional. A fictional representation of a real person from so long ago used it to refer to fictional people. Yeah, so we're good. We're good. We're good. So first you ran away with your tail between your legs, and now you're sneaking around like a common thief. Shoin Sensei, were these Daifuku? No. Was this kind of mind control your idea? And what if it was? Well, this is no different from what you attempted with your Kishin project. According to the records I saw, you tried to control the populace yourself by building an artificial god, no? I guess you got me there, so that is pretty much what I was trying to do. What's up, 306? I don't suppose you got anything good to say in my defense, do you? No. You're waiting for news. What kind of news are you waiting for? Why are you claiming up? Come on, that makes it seem like I'm completely indefensible. Regards to the pre-order. I actually completely forgot to see if I can pre-order that. It probably won't be available for pre-order until the release date is officially announced. Let's see. Can I pre-order you? Nope. Cannot pre-order. Completely indefensible. Oh, is it? I didn't realize that. You get a random plush of one of the three. Interesting. Where was that confirmed, honestly? I want to see where that... Like, is it only through certain sources that you can pre-order it and get the confirmed plush, or is it through anywhere? The Pokemon Center website. As I thought, you simply act on impulse with no given to your goals. That's how it always is with you. You act without thinking, and those around you pay the price. That's not true. I was thinking when I came here. I was thinking I'd take some of this Daifuku, analyze the hell out of it, and have the same effect on my own Manu. Takasugi! I found it. Receive a random, so sign up. Sign up to find out when you can pre-order. To Pokemon Center. Oh, if you pre-order the game through Pokemon Center, you can get the plush. Okay. It's not anywhere, it's just pre-ordering it through Pokemon Center. Gotcha. Oh, that was the plan? That'd make you the same as your teacher here. What's your point? I would be hard pressed to say who the true villain is here. No more. This kind of tiptoeing around doesn't suit me anyway. Shoin-sensei. No. Yoshida Shoin. For all your big talk, you're not doing anything more than following in my footsteps. You're my sensei no longer. I, Takasugi Shinsaku, will destroy whatever ambitions you may have. That's a terrible thing to say, and yet I also find it strangely convincing. I think. Well, now who's talking big? Oh, that's all very rich coming from such an abject failure. So what exactly are you planning to do then? All for a start. I'm gonna burn this place down. What was that? Kojiro, grab those Molotov cocktails I had you bring in and get to tossing. You've been making him carry Molotovs? That's funny. Very well then, I was wondering what we would use these for. Now I see they're for lighting a fire just as one would think. Arson may be a serious crime, but this is for the greater good. Alright, I will burn this factory down along with the nuanced president and hard-headed sensei's mutual antagonism. PSA. Do not throw Molotov cocktails. Molotov cocktails are not legal, and I do not condone this action. I very much do not condone the actions of Takasugi Shinsaku in the game FGO. I do not know enough about him in real life to make any opinions, but in the context of FGO, I do not condone his actions, and do not encourage the repeating of said actions in real life. Now go on, keep them coming. Man, this takes me back to the time I set fire to that other building. Are you an idiot? No, wait, that's exactly what you were, wasn't it? This is rash even for you, Kai Hatai. Hurry up and stop them. Yes, sir. Alright, I finally wiped out that smug, superior smirk off your face, Sensei. Who knew pissing off your mentor could be so much fun? Ah, crap, I called him Sensei again. It's gonna be a harder habit to break than I thought. Oh well, fighting does go hand in hand with sabotage. Indeed, at any rate, now that we are surrounded by enemies and flames alike, we will need to make an escape route. Excuse me. Okay, then I'm counting on you guys to gear one. Of course you are, because you're not going to help at all, are you? Wow, I called it. He's not going to help at all. Like, is he going to be a usable NPC in this singularity at all? We're surrounded by flames. You know, I never realized that we were surrounded by flames here. J6, did you realize that we were surrounded by flames in this battle? Because I must have never realized that. I know. It's a surprise to me as well that we're surrounded by flames. You thought, see, I thought that it was just, I thought it was all a metaphor for the burning, passionate hatred the two of them had for each other personally. That's what I thought was going on here. Also, I like how we're saying we're surrounded by flames, and how somehow the girl who is literally a slime with an ocean's worth of water is somehow not immune to burn. That's just, it's kind of something that's occurred to me. Why is Melt not just straight up immune to burn? She literally has an entire ocean's worth of water inside of her. You cannot burn the ocean. You can burn the surface of the ocean, but you cannot burn the ocean. Exactly. Why does she not have a burn immune passive? She is a slime girl who contains enough water to be an ocean. She should not be possible to be burned, because you cannot burn the ocean. Missed opportunity here. Truly a missed opportunity. You can only burn the surface of the ocean with oil. You cannot burn it deep down. I'm still not sure how we made it out of here. Are you okay, Master? My hair is singed? Man, our hairdo is something that has never changed. Which makes me wonder, who the heck is our barber in Chaldea? Like, who takes care of our hair? And I honestly thought we were going to burn to death back there. Maybe my company did too good of a job on those Molotov cocktails. I couldn't believe how quickly that fire spread. I bet I could make a bundle if I sold them to the wrong crowd. You really do fly by the seat of your pants, don't you, President? I like to think of it as being flexible. Anyway, this ought to prevent them from shipping any Daifuku for a while, which will give our restoration Monu a chance to bounce back. Hope you're right. If you're wrong, we've made so many Monu that we'll be stuck living off them for who knows how long. Probably not Bartholomew. Yeah, I would definitely burn Bartholomew if he was our barber. For sure. He would be burned. It has to be an early game servant though, right? I could see it being Boudica. I could honestly see Boudica being our personal barber. Except she doesn't give the stereotypical mom haircut, which just, put a bowl on top of your head and cut the hair that's out. Boudica knows how to style hair. That's what I'm going. I mean, Amiya, he kind of probably just uses a lot of hair gel to get his hair stuck in that slicked back position, though. Let's be honest. Amiya's probably just using a lot of hair gel. Having nothing but Manu for every meal is a trial unlike any I've experienced. Would you mind if I took my leave now? Don't worry, we can fry them, steam them. There's all sorts of ways to change how they taste. Now then, I need to go pay my respects to our customers, along with some other errands, so why don't you all head back without me? Okay, see you back at the office. If nothing else, he would certainly seem to be a hard worker. Very well then, I suppose I shall have him on you. I was under the impression that all CEOs just look down their nose at the little people from up in their fancy suites. It seems there are other kinds of CEOs as well. Early FGO memes that Emmy is like your mom with how he behaves. Yeah, I wasn't there for the early FGO memes days, though, J6. I was not there for the early FGO days memes. It is great having youth on your side, isn't it? Just full of energy, these youngsters. Say, I wonder if these Daifuku were the reason Emiya Alter went over to the other side. You know, I'm curious here. Hector of Troy. Is there any, like, listed age of Hector? Even speculative. Is there even any speculative age of how old Hector was? Because he calls himself an old man, and I, at this point, want to know how old he was. "42. Theoretically. According to a timeline I found, he was like 42 years old. So stop calling yourself an old man. Well, in that case, are you gonna call Himiko and the like Granny? I certainly wouldn't dare. Actually, better question, are you going to call Kukulaka Granny? Considering that Kukulaka is millions of years old. Good question. See, even Kojiro agrees with me on that point. I don't think he'd do it. Hey, there's Nobu. I was wondering what was going on with Nobu. I'm so lost. I don't know the first thing about this eastern backwater. If only Takichio were here to help. Right, Hoda, let's just stop and take a moment to think. It's a safe bet Master's not dead. In the meantime, I might as well refuel with the snack I picked up earlier. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Most people don't know this about me, but I actually have one hell of a sweet tooth. Let's see, Shoin Daifuku, huh? Not bad at all. That's odd. I'm getting a weird feeling all of a sudden. Oh, no. Oh, can't be helped. Nobu, no! I still am of the belief, though, that Emi Alter has alternative motives for the side he's currently taking, because he has not steered us wrong so far. In any singularity, Emi Alter has not steered us wrong so far. He always comes in clutch. He is a very good heel, I think is the best way to put it. But at 100,000 points needed for the next section, I think this is unfortunately going to be where I call today's stream. In the time between this stream and Wednesdays, I will be farming up some more points. Hopefully enough to be able to get 2 sections done on Wednesday. Yeah, I know, 42 is considered really old back then. I know. The inevitable march of time continues forwards. But that's for future me to concern and despair about. For now, present me is going to be logging off and taking a long drink of water because my mouth is getting dry, as well as thinking about the delicious steak I will be having on Wednesday. But yeah, so I'm going to call this here. So I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There is plenty of content for all to enjoy. Steak is always delicious, though. J6. Steak is always delicious. And there's plenty of time to start this event. But once again, thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.